Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise and this reading is for Donald John Trump's Wednesday, November 11th. And by the way, happy Veterans Day to everyone out there. I don't know how well this day is going to go for him, but let's see. Okay, so let me tune in and get back into him for a moment. Oh, dirtbag Donnie, man. Okay, so forces in motion, his situation, his challenge, what he's planning on this Wednesday, what he will be doing, the karma that's hanging over him, the law of cause and effect, his future, and the most likely outcome. Alright, so bear with me while I do the same with the tarot. Okay, forces in motion, challenges, what he's planning, what he's doing, karma that's hanging over him, his future, and his most likely outcome. And just a recap from yesterday, we could see the pattern is that he's looking to acquire money, and he's looking to shut down the vote, which he can't. He can't. It's already, Biden already has 279 votes, or 279 in the Electoral College, and all the absentee ballots and overseas military ballots that are being counted. All the paper ballots that are still being counted, it just keeps adding to Joe's numbers. So Trump doesn't have a thing to, not a leg to stand on, and we are so far out of the what is it, 0.5% or whatever, that the margin that needs to be in place for any recount. So he's not even going to get a recount. So he's an idiot. And I came across this little news article last night that was talking to, to Donald Trump's donors. And by looking at the fine print on his donor website, it was apparent that if you donate to his legal fund to help him challenge the election, if you read the small print, the first 60% of their money goes towards paying down his campaign debt. And then the other 40% goes to the RNC. It's like, okay. So that's helpful, right? Sheesh. People are just not very bright. Okay, so forces in motion. Well, with the Magician card, you can see we're at Mercury, which rules Gemini and Virgo. This is very analytical, and that's that I can do it card. I can create just about anything I want within, reason, and I have all the tools to do it, and I will do it. It's a really, really good card for manifesting and new beginnings. When it's reversed, whoever's trying to manifest is not trustworthy, or the project will fail, or, they're just liars. This is dirtbag Donnie lying, always lying. That's all he does. His challenge with the Page of Cups, well, even straight up, it's news, and it might be of a caring nature because it's water, but it might also be just a big stinky fish in a cup, like Swansea says. Swansea Slice of Tarot. Everybody should watch her channel. Okay, so when it comes in reversed, his challenge is that he's not getting the support that he wants. He's not getting the, because we're talking cups, so it's like, it's what you want, what you feel like you really want emotionally. He's not getting the messages of support anymore. Even Chris Christie is saying, dude, come on, man. Oh my God. His little cadre of Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz. Ugh, God, that guy's disgusting. That's about all he has, and he'll always have Rudy. That's just the way it is. So with the Page of Cups reversed, where's my sacred chopstick? The kitty house named for me. uh, so reversed, we're in that realm of emotional immaturity, insecurity, being very, uncreative, besides being manipulative. So his challenge is that he's a child. He's a 74-year-old child. And he's kind of throwing a fit, and he's kind of weighed down, and like I said, manipulative, and most of all, because the court cards in the water signs, it can be, well, the wands can be too. They can all be very creative. When it's reversed, this is a real creative block. So he's just not going anywhere. These cards they show that he's just, and these two cards are the most important for the whole spread. He's not going anywhere. He's not doing well. He's lying. He's deluded. Yeah, he's in his own little world of denial. And of course, those stages, all those stages of grief, it goes like, denial, anger, because, now you're realizing, uh-oh, and then acceptance, and then there can be, the real grieving that happens, and then further on down the line, there can be forgiveness and then a rebirth, but I don't know if he's going to do that. So let's see, what is he planning? Oh yeah, well, he's planning on somehow getting money. He's focused on the money, with the Knight of Pentacles. And it doesn't move very quickly, of course. This, you can see he's not like charging ahead or anything. So it can have to do with just his determination. So he is planning on more money. He's working his people, and they're not very bright. Okay, what he's doing, he's not having any victory. Jupiter and Leo can be, big victory. Six of Wands, it's all about victory. That's a victory card. It's public recognition, public acclaim. It is people on your side and they're happy for you. When it's reversed, it's not. None of that is happening for him. And what he's doing is that he's shooting himself in his own foot. I mean, he's been doing that for quite some time. It's his, if he ever had any grace, which he didn't, but it would be a person's fall from grace. And then it can also be just, big overblown ego, because Jupiter and Leo, Jupiter expands. It also brings blessings, but it expands. Where there's any negativity, it expands, and where there's any positivity, it expands. When it's reversed, it's an expansion of his negativity. So his overblown ego that needs to crash and burn and fall in order for him to get his lessons. So, okay. Karma. Oh, well, this is a surprise. Actually, it's not. My goodness. Talk about the falls from grace. Except he never had grace. But man, wowee. With the Tower here, I mean, you can see it's Mars in Aries. Something comes through really quickly, and it just busts it all open. It's wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now, on another level, this could have to do with the coronavirus, the whole epidemic, because this is the card that rules epidemics, like in a health reading. It can be a disaster. It's definitely, at the very least, just a breakdown. And, if any of you ever get this card for yourself personally, I see it as actually a beautiful card where you break through your false self. Like your false self can't operate that way forever, and at some point it has to break through. And it can be a crisis in your life. But I feel like that's, the true meaning of growth is when you break through and you clear out who you are not, then who you are is underneath. And has been it's been there all along, waiting. Waiting to come through. or shining through and pushing through as much as it possibly can. But for him, yeah, there's going to be some type of a revelation to him, some type of a big sudden change. So I think, acceptance is coming. And if he wants to fight it, that's fine. I mean, he's already not, he's already blocking, he blocked a letter from one of his, people in his administration that would allow Biden to begin his transition team, which is, the way it usually goes. And here he is, first president that's blocking that. So maybe he's going to be taken out in some other way, because maybe he's causing too much damage. And, I have no investment in the stock market, but it's up. It's up just because Biden won, and he has a coronavirus task force in line. It's ready to go. So there's more faith in us. And then I guess some new trials from Pfizer came through with like a 94%, 90-something percent rate of effectiveness for the for a vaccine. So I mean, there's that. Okay, so his future, yeah, it's not good. Even straight up, you're reevaluating, Saturn in Taurus, so you're reevaluating your investments, and do you keep working this hard, or have we been going in the wrong direction? When it's reversed, I think he really knows that he's gone in the wrong direction, and he's trying to figure out, what the heck do I do now? And, of course, it's because of his lack of vision, but in the future, he's going to be very, very frustrated, because it's what he's done in the past is not going to pay off, and it hasn't. Most likely outcome, well, he might start feeling his feelings. Well, that would actually be the best thing in the world for him. Or he's going to be acting very emotionally reactive. There's that possibility as well. He could have some just overwhelming emotions come through, and he can't hide. I don't think he hides from the people around him. I think he, from what I've gleaned in research, he acts out on them all the time. Okay, so let's layer the Lenormand. Yeah, he's still seducing. This is the lies, and he's seducing his followers to try to get as much money as he can in to pay off his, to pay for his legal defense team, where he, thinks that it's like the legal recount team and all that. Well, or the legal defense for a recount team. It's not going to happen. So people that are being seduced, they're going to lose. The challenge for him is to stay president. The challenge to him, actually let's do it this way. The challenge to him is for his goals to be manifested. So it's not going to happen. He's planning for a recovery. With the flowers, he's planning for a recovery. Okay. What he's doing, he's betraying. He's betraying his own followers. He's betraying the whole country. He's betraying himself. Let me put this up here so you guys can still see. Well, reading reversals is really frustrating to me, just because with the images, if we just had everything right side up and I just read it in the negative, then you might not get that image in your brain that you need to get for the true meaning. So I apologize. Okay, so the karma that's hanging over him, well, this is a card of abuse. It can be, but it can also be a card of things that just keep coming at him, repeating. The breakdowns, all the lawsuits. He has so many lawsuits. And, anybody can Google that. There's just a tremendous amount of lawsuits waiting for him. And the one that would probably get him the soonest would be, you know, the one from Stormy Daniels, because he paid off. He paid her off out of his own funds. I mean, and then wrote it off on his taxes. And you can't do that, you know. So that's like right there. It's ready to, you know, ready to come through. It might even could happen before. Well, everything's in place so for sure January 20th. That right there could have him in court. Maybe sooner. I don't know. His future. Well, he's just still gonna be the pig for money. He's just still going to keep trying to get the money he wants. That's not going to stop. And, you know, this is a card of prosperity, but this is a card of the failure of prosperity. So, I think it's a failure of prosperity, and that's the message there. His most likely outcome, that's a health issue with the tree. So let's draw some more cards. Oh, hold on, let me shuffle them a little bit more. Let's see, what do I want? More on the future and the outcome. I'll do the future first. Remember, this is Wednesday, November 11th, and Veterans Day. You can imagine how many veterans are angry with him. And I hope that all comes out online. I don't know if I see any cards here about him like traveling and doing any speeches. Well, maybe this could be a card of speech, but it's lying, and then of course seducing. Yeah, there's seduction in this card as well, in the Page of Cups, because it's an offer that you don't want when it's reversed. Nobody wants him to lie, of course. Yeah, I don't know. He should be out giving some kind of appreciation to the armed forces, but I don't know if he will. He should. Maybe he will. I mean, I would think it's mandatory, but you know, with him, it's just okay. So his future, yeah, something shatters. So I think something financially. His government position, his governmental position, his authority. With the little tower card is very different in the Lenormand than in the tarot, and he has both. And this card alone could be fine, but these two cards together are terrible. Okay, so now I want to look at his outcome. I think this is, you know, the water here and the health, you know, water droplets from the coronavirus. And that came through yesterday's too. In fact, the illness cards, major coronavirus cards were in his reading for yesterday. So either he's still sick or he's going to get sick again. Because this is something new. And that was in there yesterday as well. So let me keep going. Yeah, there's some obstacle. So the outcome for him, there's a big obstacle. Oh, and it is very painful and it's insurmountable. So what's coming towards him in the future and the outcome, we can just look at, even if we let go of the coronavirus, we can just look at these four cards right here at the bottom. They're the most important. There's a breakdown of his governmental position, and he's blocked, and he's in pain. And this is his cross to carry. This is his burden because of his lack of self-responsibility. He does not have faith and trust, which can be a positive meaning of this card. He doesn't have that because all he's ever done all his life has been to just go towards the money. And I'm not at all any type of a Bible person, but do you remember there is that one little phrase about it's harder for a camel to get through the eye of a needle, or no, it's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than wealthy man, a rich man, to get into heaven. So I think he's a perfect example of that. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so let's look at some cards for us. Let's shift gears here. Okay, what is it that we most need to know for Wednesday, November 11th? Oh, we got this card yesterday. Use our minds wisely. Okay, so because it's Veterans Day, I think we should use our attention and focus to think about all that we're grateful for and to give appreciation where it's due. Oh, and then Swan says time for a deep dive. So dive deeper into the appreciation maybe? Yeah, and then again, we got this card yesterday too. Tend to the small things. That's good. Actually, the message here, if you just kind of take it all together as one statement, would be for us to just take care of all the little things, use our minds to prioritize and take care of all the little things, get our priorities straight, and then use our intention, use our time, like to prioritize some time to look for all the little details that we need to look for that might be keeping our false beliefs in place or not supporting our vision in the future, and to take a deep dive into looking at whatever we need to look at inside that could be blocking us. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, even though that's not... Yeah, yes, exactly. Here, let me make some room here. Because this card, and we've gotten this one recently too, is about reclaiming our power. Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. True power comes from our self-responsibility, and that self-responsibility to know that you create your own reality. But in order to do that, first you have to become aware of the power that you have to create, and to remember that you are a co-creator. And I mean, who you are deep in your soul, spirit, soul, all of you, you are a creator. So just to remember that, and use your mind wisely to remember that, and then dive deeply into what it is that you want to create. And look at all the little details in your life that either support that or that do not support that. And try to clear out wherever, excuse me, wherever you have little false beliefs that don't support it, or it can be like all the little things that you do that kind of dissipate your energy and dissipate your power. And through doing that, just that process, you'll get deep down inside and reclaim your real power. Because our power is our energy, it's our life force, it is our attention. So remember, wherever we focus our attention, then the intent of the universe is to receive us. So yeah, it's bound by law to receive us. The universe is literally bound by law to receive us. So wherever we put our attention, if it's not the right way, we've got to use the mind wisely. If it's not, if focusing on that, like let's say the negativity on the news, or what the what the Trump supporters are saying, and then you get off into a tangent of it doesn't feel good, right? So if you go towards what feels good, what makes your heart sing, what makes you feel joyful, that's your real power. And to know that wherever we set our intention, energy will wrap around that intention and take us to that place. And then it's everywhere we go, there you are. You know what I mean? So to be present with what it is that you want and work on creating that for at least 20 minutes a day, that'll help reclaim your power, because to reclaim your power is to know that you are a creator. And so sometimes what we have to do is take back our power from things that are wasting our time, because our time is our power. And then other times it's about knowing, just deeply knowing that you have the power to create anything that you want. And it's always the back and forth, you go back and forth, because we do have lots of little small details to take care of our human lives. But we always have to remember that, first of all, in essence, we are spiritual beings that are creating every step of the way. So I'll try to dive more into the power points the more things come up in readings, because I've had people want more information on that, and at some point I will do a whole video. Just my plan is to pull out all the cards, all of the tarot cards that speak to power or losing power, and go through them individually, and we can learn from the tarot that way, but also to learn about all the ways that we could give our power away, which can be really challenging. So basically it's with negativity, or it's with going towards things that do not fulfill our life purpose. And we each have a unique life purpose. We each have our own unique path. So no one else can tell us which is the right way. You just have to go for what makes your heart sing. And it can change throughout life too. So I think this is it for today. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else, except for these beautiful green eyes. Wow. And I love piggies. I had 13 baby piggies once. I had the mama sow and 13 little piglets. And I couldn't stand to, have anything happen to them, so I was real careful about selling them to a 4-H project where I knew that they would just go to the fair and, That was way back when, like 1980. What an experience. Oh God, they were so adorable. So, okay, well, I am going to close this reading, and I'll be back for tomorrow's. Okay, thank you. Bye.